Good morning, sexy souls. Hope everybody's doing well. Oh, I might move that light back just a little bit. I know that you can see me, but it's bright. Okay? It's bright. I'm just going to say that much. Good. Alrighty, here we go. Hey. All right, so let's do this. Okay. I seem to take a little extra time this morning to really focus on my energy and in preparation of what I was coming on. And it was really just like feeling things within my body and feeling things as I was working with my own energy and with spirit. And so for me, it's a little bit like, but not any messages. So what stood out is a lot of like I took my time with the preparation. I was conscious and mindful when I was doing those things. Hey, Trisha. And so it's kind of like, it's a little bit like it's a little bit of a self-nurture type of energy, a little bit of focusing on me rather than anything coming to me. Does that make sense? And so there might be a purpose in that because I just really felt drawn to do that. So we'll see. But I didn't really get anything prior. So that's why we've got the basic title because I'm like, I guess it'll come out eventually, huh? Oh, I need to like look this up and see if you all can like pin your own messages and things like that. What I got to do. Alright. Let's see here. Okay. All right, we're going to start with Divine Doors. It's my one frou-frou deck. And it's not frou-frou in the everything's so positive, but then again, it's just got those cutesy little sayings and stuff like that. It's my one and only. But I actually get stuff off of it, so let's just get started. We're going to dive right in, guys, okay? No holding back. Oh, also, just so that everybody's aware, I went through my whole process on my website where you book, and it's working just fine to send the email. I don't know yesterday what they were. I don't remember who it was. They're like, oh, it's not working, but it is working. So all you have to do is click book now. And it pops up for you to send me an email. You know what I mean? So whatever email address you choose, obviously you're going to have to click like Gmail, Yahoo, something like it's going to give you a list of whatever your email address is or your provider. Then you click on that and then poof, it'll like automatically populate the title of it. And there's instructions before you hit book now. It's like, tell me what session you're wanting to book. And then I will respond and I'll do my little filter, right? Because I don't just do readings for anybody and everybody. All right. Because otherwise that would completely drain my energy. I ran into people who were exceptionally needy and also resistant to hearing any message that came through and really wanted me. I promise you, we went back and forth. They wanted me to tell them exactly, yeah. That's not what he asked. Is it this? And I'm like, it's none of that shit. Like when I tell you, I don't do that. So that's why there's a little bit of a process. Okay. Because I don't do that. So, knowing all of that and knowing how I read, if you want to still try and book something with me, by all means do. It's okay. If that seems like too much of a process for you, then that just is probably meant that I'm not the reader to do the reading for you, right? Because those who are in alignment won't mind that. But it does work. I don't know. I went through it my own self and it worked. So I was like, okay, I don't know. But just so you're aware. All right, let's get into this bad boy. La, la, la. Hi, Fiona, how are you? Scotland. Ooh. Okie dokies. Okay, so the first thing that came off of this, we got the silent skill. And like it stood out. It's like, I challenge you to unpack your mind, which makes sense because I told you what I was doing earlier. It was like, I just felt really drawn to completely focus on myself, preparation of my energy, getting everything, in harmony before I started. It was just, and I took my time and I was very mindful about it. And so there's probably something there. There's a need to cleanse your energy, cleanse your mind. It doesn't have to be, like always a meditation. It is, to me, mindfulness, like being in the moment and being very aware of everything, what you're feeling, where your mind is going, is meditative in and of itself. It can be very clarifying. And so if you don't have a ritual or a routine in doing such, I think that Spirit's saying start turning some of your attention on just you, to be very present and aware of your energy, your mindset, where you're at. What is your body telling you? Okay. Because they want you to unwind. They want you to release. It's almost like they're showing me like somebody's energy being like a bunch of neurons in the brain, like, so it's this very tentacly thing. And so as you come in contact with other energy, it's almost like a cobweb, right? Where it's like catching things, and things are just kind of like, it's like psychic debris is what I call it, that ends up clogging the energy flow, right? And then getting enmeshed with your own energy. And it's kind of like picking that out is what it feels like to me, and getting rid of that so that you're really clear on what's yours. And it's talking about letting go of doubt. And I wonder if it's a matter of really discerning whether or not any type of doubt is yours, right? And if so, how that clogs up everything for you, right? Like how that interferes. That will interfere with how you direct your own energy, where you focus, all of that, okay? Then we've got the hummingbird song. There's a lot of prep work, obviously, that's going to go into this reading, so just bear with us. Nectar of sweetness and joy it brings, the hummingbird's healing as medicine it sings. There's just something about turning the focus on you, really being mindful, being aware of everything within you, right? Sometimes we're going through the motions, we're going through life, we're going through the routine, and so much energy and mental chatter is going on that those moments where we just pause, take a break, check in, right? And somebody's not doing that very well. Somebody's not doing that consistently. And it's not a lot. It's not a lot. I got to be honest with you. I don't feel like there's this whole like, okay, nobody mess with me. I'm going to go sit on my bed. Don't make a lot of noise. I've got to like, you know what I mean? And it doesn't have to always be like, I've got to go out into nature and, like it's getting your coffee in the morning before anybody else wakes up, opening the blinds, walking outside, and just feel the body, feel your energy. Take some deep cleansing breaths. Like it's real simple. I think that somebody wants to overcomplicate it or make excuses as to why is what it feels like. Life is just, and it's like, you just need to release some things, okay? Because this sense and approach to things is slowing your process. It's adding to the difficulty of clarity. Okay. There's something really healing about that. It's a lot easier and simpler than you make it out to be. Begin here. It says, do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now, here. So there's definitely a beginning of something. Something's about to start, and you may feel like there, like, so many emotions, so many thoughts, feeling very like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You feel scattered. And they're like, pause. It's okay. You're about to start something new. Check in with yourself. And I feel like just the mere taking a brief moment and like actually dropping into your body, actually sensing your own energy and sensing what your body is trying to tell you, it calms so much. It's like it will quiet the fear. Okay. Okay, so you're feeling scattered and anxious about some type of new beginning, something that you're starting. Let's pull. Okay. They were quick with that. We've got Golden Universal. They're saying silence is a skill. You have to put effort into doing this periodically so that it's easier to quiet all those extra things that want to rear their ugly head, that get in the way of you making decisions, feeling confident in your discernment, and executing accordingly. You know what I mean? And so they're kind of like, silence is a skill. You have to take those brief moments to hone in and center. It's making a concerted effort to quiet the doubt and the fear. Subconscious. You're at the beginning, you're at a doorway. You're about to walk through it, and you feel resistance within you. You feel resistance. You don't know why, what for, but you're hesitating because we've got the Moon card with the Eight of Swords. Mental entrapment. A subconscious fear is stopping you from taking action, from beginning right here and right now. They want you they're heavily, you have a lot of mental conflict. It's almost as if there's so much going on mentally, that you're not catching all the thoughts, all the things that are being said, all the conflicting ideas and notions. You just feel the tension almost. And because of that, you're resistant. You're like, oh, you know what I mean? And you feel very scattered. And it's like, let's pull it all together. So it is taking that moment to address this, okay? And you're going to have to cultivate this. Like, you need to make this a practice one way or another. Find that thing that almost makes you want to do this. Like, for me, it's I love early in the morning, like when the birds are going, because once the day gets started, they're not nearly as beautiful sounding. I mean, if you're way, way, way out in nature, but like sitting on my porch, the city gets to moving. They're kind of like, man, it drowns out their song, right? Ooh, hummingbird song. And so it's one of those things where it's like, I love it. Like, there's something about sitting out there, the way that the air feels that early, and it just helps me to release. And I hear all of that music. Same thing for me when I hear water. But like, there's just something about, if I don't have, if I'm like, life is so the thing I can go to is that, before anybody's tugging on my energy, and it's like, there's a moment where it's like, I love it so much that I will make sure I do it. So it's not always sitting in a meditative state. You find the thing that lets you just pause. And in that pause, you can unwind. The pause is the Four of Swords. And you can unravel the Five of Swords. That mental, like, when that web, no fun. No, I said neurons. It's like they're showing me neurons just like firing and going. And it's like stuff gets, like a web gets caught up in it. And it just makes it very difficult. The energy's not flowing, right? It makes it difficult to make decisions, to have discernment. The fears that kind of creep up and everything. It's creating havoc for you, and it's stopping you from taking action on something or stepping through this doorway. They said with confidence. So your confidence is being shaken by this. And I think in taking the pause, you're going to realize some of that's just not even real. Taking the pause will allow you to figure out what the truth is. We got the Two of Swords, right? And it's almost like there's a sense in trying to have a level of discernment or make a decision, but feeling conflicted between the two options or two choices, the two ideas, the two notions. Like, you're kind of like, that energy. And having to kind of go within, hence the pause, if that makes sense. It's like you're on the precipice of giving birth to something. I think that's what this door is. This is what the begin here now. And I think the travel can either be, one, actual travel for somebody, moving, going on a trip, doing something, or it could be just moving forward on something. The moment is yours. It's kind of, this is the moment. Maybe that's also why you feel so scatterbrained. You're just like, your brain may be filled with all of the what ifs of how this could pan out if you walk through this door. But they are saying it's time to give birth to this. Whatever this is, it is, you will find that which is in alignment for you. It is in alignment with your path. There's going to be harmony from this. I cannot help but go this direction. These fears are illusory. You are holding on to it as much as it's holding on to you. In fact, you're holding on to it more because we've got the Eight of Swords, which is self-entrapment. You're holding on to this. You are giving permission for these fears to dictate. And it is almost as if you stay and don't center, you don't have to acknowledge the fear that exists. It's easier to ignore and pretend like it doesn't. It's not real. That's not why. Life is just really busy and chaotic and da-da-da. Right? Whatever this is going to be long lasting. It's going to have a level of permanence, a level of growth in your life. It is something that you truly, genuinely desire. So it's funny that you're standing at the precipice, that you're standing at the door and not walking through. Right? It is the idea of when you follow your bliss, when you follow your passion, when you follow your dreams and your desires, the thing that sparks you and brings you to life. Okay? That almost like creates this chemical reaction within you. You find what's in alignment with you. And from there, you build a life that has a legacy that impacts others. It's like your light and what you do and your pure enjoyment and willingness to take this risk and go there is like a ripple effect for others. People will benefit from this. I'm not going to say that this is the like what I'm about to say is for everybody, but for some it's absolutely the notion of partnership and love, because we have the Ace of, I don't know why I said ace. I almost said Ace of Wands. It's the Page of Wands. I'm sorry. That was okay. Well, the page usually brings the one wand though, right? Just like this. So I guess there's the energy of the Ace of Wands in this, but it is a new desire, a new fresh spark, a new light within you, right? It's like a new torch for you. So you're something that is that can help guide you on your path, right? When you follow your desires, your wishes, right? So Page of Wands with the Two of Cups. This absolutely could be love. You want to know why? Because then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So if you are in the sense of chaos and wrapped up in life and all the things and rather focus on that, and you feel like you're kind of thing, Spirit wants you to take a moment and a pause to touch back in with you, because you may be utilizing the busyness, the conflicting, oh my God, there's so many things I need to go after, because this is the mental realm, Five of Swords. I've got this truth and that truth and this and that, and I've got this and that, all these ideas and all these, like, my brain is taking me in 20 different directions. And that's a really great excuse to be like, I'm too busy for love. I can't do it. Now's not the time. I don't even, it's a really good excuse to be like, I'm not even interested in love. I've got just, but if you were to stop and get rid of all of that and just make it a practice to really get centered in your energy, is that really true? What do you really desire? Because your desire isn't necessarily going to come up from here. The human likes to add all kinds of frou-frou things to your desires, but your desires are held within your body, right? Your body will tell you what you really want. And it's like there's so much that can blossom, so much that can happen. And, it's funny because I got this yesterday after I did yesterday's reading. And it was almost like Spirit had said, and I probably should have came on and did like a little short, but I was like, yeah. So maybe go watch yesterday's reading because this is coming through. And it was like the idea and notion of why love now, why even like, why does it even matter? How come it has to timing and the circumstances and things like that. And I got the response, right? Because you asked for the easiest path. You asked Spirit to make whatever transition, new beginning. I want this to happen with ease. And funny enough, bringing somebody in that supports you emotionally, that helps to ignite that flame within you, right? That passion and chemistry, like the addition of this person and having that support network is the easier path to all of your life's goals. So you said, go clear the path before me, remove the obstacles, allow all this to transpire with ease. And Spirit goes, okay. You didn't realize what you was asking for. But Spirit's like, this will actually make it more enjoyable, easier, smoother. And you're over here like, what the fuck? Huh? For those where it's not love, it is something coming in that ignites a spark within you. It's as if your light has been dormant, it's been hidden, it was snuffed out, and it's like bringing joy, enthusiasm, excitement back, right? Because it's a page, it's like a new lease on life is what it feels like. Whatever it is, it gets you excited. And that may be where the Five of Swords and the I don't know, like you are just unsure. But this brings things that are completely in alignment, something that will fill your cup up, that you can pour into, but will pour into you, and that will have longevity in your life, will impact you in great ways that can live beyond just you. So it's like whatever it is. So talk to us then about, is it really that simple? Is it as simple as getting back in touch with yourself? Maybe you feel like the way other people are looking at you and the things that people are telling you that love should not be where your focus is right now. You need to work on this, this, and this, and this. You know what I mean? Like maybe you keep it gets reiterated in your world. Be financially stable, but don't have to depend on somebody else because, people are unreliable and they can just disappear. And so you've got to make it yourself. And you've got to oh my God. And it's like, holy shit. Stop. Take a pause. Unwind a little bit. Unpack your mind so your soul can get a word in edgewise. Holy shit. Feel into it. It reminds me of there's a card in here that says you'll know the truth by the way that it feels. I'm about to find that bitch. I'm pulling it out. They're saying it to me, so we're gonna get it. You think I'd remember the name of the card? Intuition. Intuition. Simple, complex, words of pain or words that heal. You come to know the truth by the way that it feels. Your intuition. We're putting that there. Okay, so I guess the question really is, I think that we understand that there's a need to kind of check in. I mean, do we want to know why? We know Spirit's perspective is that you're allowing too much, too many competing thoughts, ideas, notions, truths, mental gymnastics to get in the way. But is that how you see it? I just heard love ain't never paid the bills. Like, love is great, but it never did. And I don't think Spirit's telling you that love or partnership or support or, a soul connection is going to do those things for you, but it'll make the process easier. Okay, where do you want to go with this? Azathoth Tarot. Let's see what's up. I even get the feeling of some people not even having like close friendships. Like maybe you're missing an inner circle. And your maybe quote unquote support was never support before. It never felt like support. So you have some kind of badge of honor that's like, oh, I do it all on my own, but look where it's leaving you. So wrapped up in some of your fears. Not taking a reprieve, not tapping in, like so many. Page of Swords. What? Oh, Anna is my cousin, guys. She's the one that, like, when I tell y'all, when I'm like, oh, the family member that I can do all my little spiritual stuff with and is like a mentoree for me, that's her. So whenever she pops in, say, hey, that's family. That's blood right there. And this is what I've said too. I've told y'all this is my, like, I know this is one of my colors. Like, I used to have a bunch of clothes this color and life happened. I want to say, even for people where you're in a relationship, this still applies. There's this stance of doing it on your own and not letting people show up for you. They're showing me somebody feel like wanting to be a support to you and you being too busy to recognize it and being of the mindset that you've got to do it yourself. And I'm not sure what fear is behind that. They said vulnerability. And I don't even know if your partner is the reason that I don't think your partner is the reason that you don't, something else happened in your life that makes you not feel like you can be vulnerable. Like if you do it too much, they're not going to want to be around you kind of thing. Or if they saw the real vulnerable you, then they might be really turned off or aggravated or upset, which to me just says somebody somewhere along the line in your life made you feel like that? I don't know why they're giving me this, but hold on. Let me pull. I feel like I need to pull a couple more. I'm gonna clarify. Okay, so we've got the Page of Swords with the Death card and the King of Wands. And they literally chose cards that say the exact same fucking thing. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's like, I mean, I can clarify a little bit more, but I'm gonna be kind of repeating myself. That's what Spirit's saying. Page of Swords is invitation, offer, communication, something being presented to you, right? Like there's some type of communicated offer coming through, because we've got the Page of Swords and then the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so you're going to receive some type of information or communication in regards to an offer. A very legitimate, trustworthy, integral communication. Okay. Then we have the Death card, right? Which is all about having to let go of the old to walk through this door that they're talking about. And what are you having to let go of? The confusion, the mental gymnastics, the chaos in your mind that prevents you from walking through that door, that you're almost not really aware of because it's so much and it's firing so fast. It's almost like you can't grasp a hold of any of the ideas or reasons. It just feels like pure tension here. And so you just feel resistance, right? You're entrapped by this fear. And so they're like, this communication comes in, this offer, this invitation. I don't know why they keep saying invitation. And you're meant to leave that confusion at the door. You're going to have to let that go. The him and the han, I don't know. That's why they want you to quiet, get into practice now, because you need to be able to be on point with your discernment. Okay? You need to hear and know. Because if you stay in this energy, you may reject something, or you may wait too long and it's no longer on offer. Okay? That's the Seven of Cups. Then we had the King of Wands, which is all about the focus, the drive, the fucking follow through. The King of Wands knows what he wants. There's no qualms about it. He doesn't have to hem and haw. He's very aware of his inner energy, his desires. He's not the Knight of Wands where every little thing is shimmery and shining. He fucking knows. And then he takes action accordingly. Because of that, he's really in alignment with that Chariot energy of there's not going to be anything that stops him, because his energy isn't spread thin like they've been talking about. It is focused. And so he's going to take action and have follow through with that. And I'm like, oh, what does the King of Wands mean? Two of Wands, taking action towards that desire. It is the action. It is the doing. It is the movement. So let's find out the component of the Page of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, what is this thing coming through that's being communicated? I'm going to let that stay in. What is it? It's a Kirschblüsch. Okay, give me just a second. Well, they're just reiterating right here. The two that fell over like this is the Five of Pentacles with the Fool card. You are so fucking worried about this. You're keeping yourself from being included in life. Like you're maintaining this lack energy because of your fear. You're very, because it says worry down here or up here. Sorry, up here. And it's kind of like you're so worried about this new path, this doorway, this offer, this invitation. Like, holy shit, what is it? Are you afraid you won't be able to keep up? Are you afraid that you're going to lose yourself? Because whatever this is, it develops very fast. It happens fast. Like either saying yes or stepping into this, stepping through the door. Okay, so they're showing me, remember in Finding Nemo, right? And they, Marlin, Nemo's dad, finds the sea turtle. I forget what his name is. He's like, "Get on, dude." I don't remember his name. And they're like, what's the fastest way? And they've got to get into the North Atlantic something, sea current something. I'm not saying it correctly. But it's one of those things where it's like they're showing me you at a door. And it's almost as like the energies of the etheric, of the world, of the vastness is moving so fast. And it's like you're supposed to jump in, and it's like, oh, because something's going to transpire very quickly. Now, if this is love, it's like if you put yourself out in the dating pool, I feel like you're like, you know somehow that it's going to happen quickly. You're going to meet somebody quickly, and you're like, I just don't know if I'm ready yet. You kind of thing. Or if this is a job, it's like a job where you're kind of like, you have to hit the ground running, and you're like, I'm gonna mess up a lot because I don't know enough to be like, with something. Or if it's kind of like if I move, holy shit. Like, like once you get the process started, there's no stopping it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh shit. If I leave this job and pursue this desire, there's no turning back. It's like life's gonna kind of thing. And it has you are. Is that where the fear is coming from? The lack of confidence? Because we have the Eight of Wands and the Three of Wands. Like this, like your ships will come in fucking fast. Are you like, I don't know if I can keep up? Are you feeling future energies and is that why you can't discern any of the thoughts? You feel the future energies and it feels chaotic. And so your brain is assigning all kinds of stories to it. And your ego and your subconscious are flaring up, and like you're being so super afraid of something that you're like, and so that's where all these truths is like this, like you don't really know. And I'm like, you need what's really yours in this moment, right? Because your mind will assign all kinds of meaning to the energy that your body's feeling. And they're like, don't listen up here, just get back to the energy that you're feeling. Whatever this is, the turnaround for when you walk through that door is going to be very quick. what you have been wanting and desiring and maybe too afraid to take action on will show up fast, will reciprocate fast. We have the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. This resistance is kind of like a protection. Like maybe not getting vulnerable means not giving up any freedoms or independence. Nine of Pentacles. God, if it's like Seven of Wands is knowing your worth. It's like doing this. You're so worried that you're going to give this up, is what I want to say. Like, what is the root of this actual fear that's creating this self-entrapment and everything else like that? Is like I get abandonment, like I was left out to do it on my own up to this point, that nobody else really ever showed up, that support really was never support. And I had to find a way through things myself. And even though I truly, truly desire support now in one form or fashion, I truly desire ease in my life as I travel this road, as I start this new phase. I fear that it comes at a price. Doing this and starting this and going, you don't abandon your self-worth. The Seven of Wands is on the heel of the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is that victory, that hard-won battle of all the fucking lessons of the Five of Wands, of all of the trial and errors, of all of the conflicts that didn't kill you, but you sure as hell were battered and bruised. All the learning curves. You got to this place of fulfillment and success, this victory of overcoming whatever life had thrown at you, right? And it's like, not again. The Seven of Wands is the energy of not again, but it's the healthy not again. Like, you've got this. You won that battle already. You know your self-worth. You have self-respect. You know your truth. You stand in your fucking power. And you know how to protect yourself against those that would want to take you out of that. You need to trust yourself. You have the capacity. Getting help, getting support, having a partner, being vulnerable does not take you out of your independence. You are still going to be moving through life of your own free will. You will not owe anybody anything by being open to them. You should know this by now. You have nothing to fear. You only have something to gain. And maybe before you didn't gain something, you always owed something. Like the price was higher than you were, like more than you could pay. But I feel like also you are in a better position. You've already overcome that. Keeping yourself out of life or out of the loop or out of connection is not the appropriate way to protect yourself. That's rooted in fear versus confidence and power within yourself. And allowing this to come in, allowing this help, support, this offer, this whatever's on offer or you're being invited to, will only speed things up for you. Eight of Wands. You have it's almost like immediately after taking action and stepping through that door, you will know what reciprocity is. It'll come to you. Okay, we're gonna ask what is the communication, the Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. What is it specifically? We might have to do some scenarios here, guys. I just can't help but hear, I'm not ready, I'm not ready. As soon as this, like, there's a panic here. Message of concern is usually like information you don't want to hear. You're like, like it makes you feel a certain way. But what is the message? What you've wanted, what you've desired, what you've envisioned, what you've dreamt of, your fantasy, distant horizons. It is the change. It's the change you desired and you wished for. You said you wanted this. And now you fear it. Because it's positive, but it is very sudden. It feels so quick. It feels so quick. That's all I can say is this turnaround feels so quick. Like maybe you don't trust it because of how quickly you feel good about something. Like the switch from being in the Five of Pentacles to being in the Nine of Pentacles, the switch from being in the Five of Pentacles into the Ten of Pentacles. It's like, do you not trust when good things happen? So you have a subconscious fear that comes up with that. You have a trust issue with things like this. And then your mind and ego assign stories. Oh, I'm not capable of it. Or it's too good to be true. Or the rug will be pulled out from under my, no one really, support never comes without some kind of debt. Or did it, like all the stories. When your soul really wants to say yes or wants to take action towards this, is like, yeah, and it's like you're not listening to that part of yourself. I knew that was gonna happen. Sweetie, this is a gift. This is a gift. What is being communicated and offered to you, because this is a very legitimate, real world coming through to you offer. It is a gift. And I just heard no strings attached. This is solid. It is the Knight of Pentacles. It is trustworthy. It is integral. It shows up in authenticity, and it is transparent. It is something that has staying power and that you can trust. We've got the tree, which is all about being exceptionally well rooted, solid, stable, and secure, with the dog, which is loyal, integral, supportive, has your back. Like, this is not deceitful energy at all. And I'm certain, I'm getting two things with this. With this, your heart is very used to snake energy, right? Like presenting one way and then shedding its skin as something else, right? Or very sly, hidden. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, right? Sometimes you can walk by a snake and it's nothing. Other times you walk by one and it's venomous and it'll bite you. Like, you just don't really know. So you have to be cautious. You can't tell which one's which. I got to be careful. I got to be on guard for everything, right? Your heart is on guard. Your heart is used to this. And I want to say, especially with the tree here, that this is probably something, because the tree can talk about your family as well, that you have experienced more than just in love. Like, very core people that you should have been able to, quote unquote, rely on, showed their true nature. But what is coming through is a very abundant new beginning. There's so much goodness that comes from this. And while they are not, there's so much in here that can indicate love. This is also support, connection. Or just something so good that you're not sure you can trust it. Like, you feel, without saying it, is too good to be true. And it's got you all over the place. It's the feeling that this is about to show up. Because when they said silence is a skill, they want you to start getting into the practice of this. Because I feel like the speed at which things come in and begin to change in your life, and it's almost like the domino effect happens, you're going to need to utilize this ability to take a pause, to unwind your mind, unpack things, and get in alignment, centered with your own energy, because the pace at which things happen and develop is going to require this to become a normal practice for you, so that you're consistently in your discernment, okay? You're consistently making decisions from your energy and not the things that you collect from others, and not any of the fears that come up, okay? Okay. I have like, I feel like even the fear of will that actually show up? So, like, when something hasn't presented and you've wanted it so very badly and for so long, and then it finally does, it's the long wait that could make you not trust it. Does that make sense? It's like, there's just a sense of, it's feeling like I didn't get it for so long. There must be a reason. Like it's a trick. Like it's just a trick. You feel like it's a trick. And so there's a part of you that doesn't even want to think or believe that this could happen or this is going to show up. So even the lack of trust is even in the belief that this is coming. So we're going to pull this. There's a lack of trust in the message. Because if I was capable, or if it was really in alignment with me, why didn't it show up before? It's the weight also has you in your head. The length of time for its arrival. Yeah. Yeah, it's like danger. You feel like you're in danger. Like there's a danger to it now. Like you're gonna need a little bit of respite. You're gonna have to take that pause in order to be able to be persuaded for this. I guess you're in the energy of this right now. You're like, I feel stuck in like a fight or flight. So there's something about needing to be like feeling like it's going to take a little bit of persuading because of your mental realm. You're at that door, you're not walking through. So they're asking for you to take a moment of respite to evaluate. There's an evaluation that needs to occur, but not one of mental, of energy, of your truth. Because what's about to happen is a revolution, an overhaul. And this is vision and diplomacy, vision. You need to see something clearly. We got vision with honesty. You need to see this clearly for what it really is. You need to be looking at this situation not from this fear or this mental chaos, but from your soul. You know the truth by the way that it feels. So there's a need to see, right? Like third eye. I'm not pointing to my mental. I'm like, to really see it, right? Not with this, but to see it truthfully, honestly. And then you'll be enlightened to the truth. You're just gonna, they're saying the same thing. They're just saying the same thing. It feels scary to trust your own desire and following it. Your instinct about what this offer is or this communication is, you're going to need to trust that. And in order to do that, you've got to unpack your mind. Okay? Alrighty. 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 Well, you're good. That was it. All done. I hope this finds who it is meant for. Yeah. All right. Sending you lots of love, and I will see you next time later this week.